Oh, there we go. Hello everyone, I'm Indoor Wanderer, and welcome to my part 3, I suppose, of the playthrough for Marvel Ultimate Alliance. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to try to knock out 2 areas today. Hopefully I'll get it done. I think the first one is the Mandarin mission, so I chose a team that I thought would be appropriate. The classic Avengers. Didn't include Black Panther in this lineup, but oh well, I'll include him in another one. He's kind of he's not really a heavy hitter. He's more like a Spider-Man kind of character, but so far as how he plays and stuff like that. So I think I have some nice balance here. Captain America would be the closest thing, I suppose.
Take you somewhere?
And you don't want to overdo it. I think I did everything that I needed to do, or at least I hope I did. If I'm missing anything, oh well, because I can come back here. But hopefully I didn't. So here we go. Oh, I love these briefings with the supervillains.
My good doctor, how could you doubt the god of mischief? My performance as Mandarin was flawless. Rest assured, the heroes will travel to the Valley of Spirits.
I wonder who will be the worst for this confrontation. The heroes or Mandarin?
It matters not, so long as one of them pays the ultimate price.
The traitorous Mandarin will most likely meet his demise. But not without destroying several of Fury's lackeys first.
Indeed. I would find it most
Loki's a little more
enjoyable
conniving
if
than
my
he
dear
is in the
brother Thor
MCU.
were to fall in battle. Long as he's
too much of a misunderstood character in the movies.
Don't look so
Kind of gets on my
sad,
nerves.
Enchantress. When our ultimate plan is realized, you will find others more worthy of your attention than Thor.
I should hope so, Loki.
Enchantress hasn't appeared in the film, getting her to appear in Thor Ragnarok, but
He is truly
Hela.
a god to be admired.
Hela
That
kind of
pompous
took
fool's
her.
overdeveloped physique is nothing compared to
Took
my
her role.
conniving intellect.
Obviously,
I
she has
have
a thing
longed
for
to
Thor.
Crush his self-righteous countenance beneath my booted heel.
Silence! All of you. My scanners show the heroes are in the Valley
I'm
of Spirits.
looking forward to seeing him in the MCU, Doctor
And the
Doom.
players have arrived.
I imagine he'll appear before Magneto or any of the
Let us
mutants.
watch and see who will survive this tale of deception.
His voice actor in this game is fantastic. See what I did there? Fantastic. Alright.
Excellent. Now all you have to do is track down Mandarin. See what he knows about the Masters of Evil.
As I mentioned, I think, in the other playthroughs, they are making a sequel to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, but it's going to be on Nintendo Switch. And I'm not a fan of that, because if you started this on a console, I feel pretty strongly that you should sort of carry that through in other carry on how you do that. I just don't like it whenever developers switch games like that, or switch platforms like that. It's kind of frustrating. But yeah, it seems to be based more on the MCU more so than on the actual comics. And that's another thing I don't like. I love the MCU, but I think that I don't want to see that influence outside of movies, and I get very tired of seeing that in comics and even video games and such. Shouldn't have done that. Spider-Man was kind of a nice sort of breath of fresh air from that. And just the MCU video games just were not good at all. They were either tie-ins or games that took place after it, or kind of prequels, and or even in some cases alongside the events in the movies. I just didn't like that. Sega made those. The Mandarin, I wasn't sort of well versed on the Mandarin whenever I played, until I played this game. He is definitely a very dated villain. he's sort of the Fu Manchu, Dr. Fu Manchu kind of stereotype, and I can understand why the movies were very hesitant to employ that. Would have been kind of offensive, I suppose, but I mean it was fine. I liked it. I thought it was kind of funny, but some hardcore fans were not pleased with the depiction of Iron Man's arch nemesis. I thought it was funny. But then again, I think that's sort of a very interesting conundrum. Whenever a filmmaker does something very innovative and very much practical insofar as how a film is concerned, it sort of upsets a lot of the fans, or hardcore fans, I suppose. Specifically The Last Jedi comes to mind. A movie that is fantastic and stands on its own as a film, but that hardcore fans are just like, I don't like it, and that's fine. You can like it just like whatever. I really don't care. But it's interesting how formulaic, I suppose, and by the book so many people want their entertainment to be, and I don't. I demand more. But rant over, I suppose. Iron Man 3 is definitely much more of a movie as opposed to like a MCU movie. It's sort of a shame that a lot of the other movies, Thor Ragnarok actually does that as well, but it still had the MCU formula going on, so it doesn't stand on its own as much as I wish it would have. In the comics, the Avengers did fight the Mandarin a lot, so that's why I chose this team. Or at least almost all of these characters have crossed paths with the Mandarin at some point. I like the team bonuses and such. Captain America with a scimitar. I don't really think Terracotta Warriors would have held scimitars like that. But what do I know? It's Dragon Man. I think he's an android, which is, I guess they just needed a tough boss to kind of throw in here. I don't know much about him beyond his appearance in the early Fantastic Four comics. I read some of those comics. I was very much unamused by him. In the Fantastic Four video game that came out, that was like a tie-in to the movie, he was a... Nick Fury was actually featured in that game, but he was a He was a villain in the negative. No, he was locked in a prison somewhere. I don't know what they call it. I think the Vault. And yeah, he escaped along with a bunch of other supervillains. Ah, there he is, Ultimo. I think it's kind of interesting how much, like, it's one of those things where the game reveals a little bit more instead of making it more of a discovery. The game kind of says, oh, that wasn't him the whole time, it was Loki. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a little jumping the gun a little bit, but I don't have much problem with it. I think I remember this area. It's where they jump out of the endless wells? I don't know what those are. Yeah, apparently they're wells or portals or something. I don't know. They needed something that looked cool, I guess. Shaolin monks.
You could give up. Okay, who's next?
There we go. Dry that one up. Got it. You might want to catch that cap. You might need it. This game is, as I've mentioned before, is really tempting me to buy a PlayStation 2 so I can play X-Men Legends.
Sorry about that.
Marvel, if you're listening, you need to remaster those ASAP. Because I would definitely buy them.
I feel as mighty as Odin!
I remember staying up a little bit too late at night playing those games. A little bit too late. Oh, that's the gray gargoyle. It's interesting thing is that this game utilizes all these D-list, C-list supervillains as like holdover boss battles till you face a big one like the Mandarin or Doctor Doom or one of the members of the Masters of Evil or something like that. Oh, I suppose I should play as Iron Man. Oh no, I'm not a big fan of the Hulk in this game. I mean, I don't think he's bad, but I just think he looks kind of silly. I guess that's the one thing I'll give Ultimate Alliance 2 is that the character models, especially for big characters like Hulk, are a little bit more believable. But then again, Colossus doesn't look that bad, or the Thing actually doesn't look that bad either. So I don't know. Something about his little bitty head is just kind of distracting and silly.
I claim this victory for Asgard.
Don't do... Okay. Yeah, if you get too close to them, they'll actually kind of annoy you. They'll just like keep knocking you back. The level layouts on this game are very, very good. So much detail, and they really kind of give each place a very distinct kind of feel, which is interesting. Once again, back to X-Men Legends, there were parts in those games that were very immersive like that. Strange places and daunting places. I think there's a cult that worships Apocalypse called the Madri, and you go to their temple at one point, and it was one of the creepiest parts of the game. It has this sort of choir in the background. It has a very memorable theme actually that plays, but it's very much like looks like a Gothic cathedral mixed with some weird dark arts looking stuff. It's very cool. It's cool and creepy, and I did not play it at night. Much like I don't play a mission later on in this game at night. I think I'll probably get to it tomorrow, but it's a very scary realm, and as a younger person, one could imagine that it was very uncomfortable to play at night when you have the lights off and you're sitting in the dark playing a video game and you see this sort of nightmarish area with cries of pain and suffering and yeah. For those who've played the game, you know what I'm talking about, but for those who haven't, yeah, I'm talking about that place. Even though technically I guess it really isn't the actual place, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I've been doing the simulator missions as well, so I'm trying to collect all of them because you get the Silver Surfer if you play them all, and I do not have him, and you get a trophy too. Ultimo schematics. I do find it kind of interesting that after these characters just went through the Omega base and uncovered plans to reprogram Ultron, Nick Fury sends them on another step and fetch mission in which they go and get these Ultimo schematics. Like, yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't have plans for that at all. Here's one of the simulator discs. The Thing. The Wolverine simulator mission was very difficult. Very difficult. I almost lost it several times. Thankfully, I was not streaming, and I will not stream if I'm ever in that situation. Dadgummit. There we go. It's annoying. Those sort of healing characters don't pop up much, but when they do, they are a pain. This is actually a very easy place to go through. All you really have to do is fly through it, but I just want to make things interesting. Come on, Cap. You're supposed to be an acrobat. If anyone dies, they are quite useless to me. They are dead to me. What's that?
Possible that an enemy could venture so far into Mandarin's palace. You survived Ultimo and Dragonman.
He's trying to do a French accent, and it's kind of faltering here and there.
I too have my share of surprises.
Surprises. Tom Kane, he's the guy who does that voice. I guess we will know him as Professor Utonium from Powerpuff Girls. He later voices Professor X in this game. Yeah, he voices so many characters. Admiral Yularen in Star Wars The Clone Wars, and the narrator, I suppose, in Star Wars The Clone Wars. Also does a Yoda impression, voices Yoda as well. Oh no. Oh my gosh. This is why I hate those guys. Stay back. No, 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 no. He can be a very tough villain, actually. But luckily, he is no more. Oh, uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, then. Apparently that did happen. Alright. Strange, but okay. A Celestial Hall. I don't think that's related to the actual Celestials. Oh, he had it there, didn't he? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Apparently Thor is more of a brute than I remembered. That was very annoying. I think that this door is sealed up ahead. No, it's not. Okay. Then where do these areas lead to? I don't recall this. Alright now. I think they're just like extra chambers you can go around or do this. Go ahead and lower the gates in the next area, I think. Oh, Beta Ray Bill. I'm not familiar with Beta Ray Bill. I know he's an alien that Thor's hammer Mjolnir actually deemed worthy to lift. Or deemed him worthy to lift. But and if I'm not mistaken, he played a major role in the Planet Hulk series. He was one of the champions that Hulk fought on Sakaar. And he is referenced in Thor Ragnarok. There's a scene where I think Valkyrie is taking Thor to the Grandmaster, and he goes to the Grandmaster's tower, or she goes to the Grandmaster's tower, and you see I think you see an image of the Hulk or his face kind of in the tower, like, you know, carving into the tower, and then you see a character called Bi-Beast. He's got two heads on top of one another, and then you have Beta Ray Bill, if I'm not mistaken, on one side of it too. So that's kind of interesting. Don't know if moving those crates really had anything to do with that. Always do it anyway, though. I'm pretty sure it does. The strange whispering is kind of off-putting, but I'll make it, I suppose. Wow. Should have just thrown him into it instead of letting that lightning bolt hit it. I think this was an area where the game was trying to show off its whole, you know, one guy stand here, other guy stand there, and the other one stand there, you know, that whole thing, and it doesn't look like they did it very well. Because all you have to do is somehow make it really fast between these two plates, and it'll actually work. You don't have to drag that crate out. Can I make it? Okay. Move, Hulk. And all anyone has to do is just walk over there and step on the other one and it's open. So I don't think this was a very good puzzle. Super obvious. Not fun. And there it is. The door's open. I think it's, yeah. I still haven't even been that way, actually. Oh, no. I think I did the right thing. Yeah.
So, still you persist in this foolish quest of attacking me in my palace? Very well then. I will unleash my latest creation, the Ultimo Mark II. Correct.
It's like it's different Iron Man suits almost. This guy has quite the affinity for big giant robots.
So you see, it will be quite impossible for you to destroy this robot.
And where have I heard that before? It's actually quite easy. It's not nowhere near as difficult. Maybe on hard difficulty, but then again, I mean, I have all my stats from my last playthrough, so I am kind of, I wouldn't say cheating, but I guess it's a very, very kind of antiquated form of a New Game Plus. Just nowhere near as challenging, sadly. But I mean, that's kind of okay for me because I don't really. Sometimes I just want to replay the game just to replay the game. I don't really want to do anything else challenging. That's why games like Spider-Man or the Arkham games kind of upset me and frustrate me a little bit sometimes. I don't know if I'll get around to streaming those. I might. I will definitely stream Spider-Man, but I don't know when. As I mentioned, the next game I'm gonna stream is Uncharted. Lost Legacy, that is. I haven't played it, and I'm working my way through the 4th game. Almost done with it. I'm on the island, which takes up probably the last quarter of the game. So.
Looks like you lose.
When you think about it, that game is actually kind of short. Or maybe it's just because I played it over the course of a very long time, and just thinking about it in retrospect, everything kind of flows together. Oh, just plays the Hulk now. Oh, Doctor Strange. This was my first introduction to Doctor Strange. I became a fan. This movie was okay. Wasn't anything special. Marvel has that tendency, and I hope Captain Marvel isn't like that, but I'm afraid it will be. Marvel has a tendency to make these games that are these movies that are just kind of like they're good, but they're nothing incredibly special. Black Panther's one of those movies. Doctor Strange and the Ant-Man. The Ant-Man movies are kind of like the lower end of that for me. I can really pick those apart, but Doctor Strange, Black Panther. Yeah, they're kind of like spin-off stuff. It's kind of like good, but it's nothing special.
A precious magical item known as the Orb of Agamotto was stolen from me. I managed to track it to this location. I do not know how Mandarin intends to use it, but I must retrieve the orb immediately. Splendid. Let's team up and see what we can find, shall we?
Yeah. The Orb of Agamotto. There, if you... I'm guessing that's different than the Eye of Agamotto? Not sure about that. I might want to look that up. Which is not an Infinity Stone in the comics. I think it's an actual mystical item. That's the one thing that I do love about the comics and this game. Magic is magic. The MCU kind of likes to spin magic as being science or, you know, science fiction more so than being actual mystical stuff, and I don't know, I think that's just kind of lame. I think it's interesting to see characters like Doctor Doom or even the Mandarin, because the Mandarin, you know, apparently stole this mystical artifact, so I think it's kind of interesting to see that sort of influence supervillains or even just regular villains. That's something I think DC would handle better, actually. Someone like Dr. Fate and Zatanna, you have more actual mystical characters as opposed to, you know, well, it's not really magic. That also reminds me of a game, Justice League Heroes. That was actually a very good game. You didn't have a team of 4, you had a team of 2, and you play as members of the Justice League. Well, you can unlock other members. I take that back. Aquaman, Hawk Girl, I think, and maybe Hawkman as well. You unlock different characters and you level them up. course, the best team up was Batman Superman, hands down. It had a very similar plot, I suppose, to this. Not incredibly similar. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was kind of similar now that I mention it. But it was. It did take you far and wide through the DC universe. All these DC villains kind of were linked together by a villain who's like trying to get them to help him. It was a good game. There we go. Got to him just in time. Stop that mess. It's annoying. I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, yep, now.
You could give up. This one's out.
When all else fails, you just go from room to room and just beat the crap out of everybody. Never fails. But back to when I was talking about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and I said that it was going to be based more so on the MCU. The X-Men are actually in the game, which is good to see because Marvel treats them has been treating them like crap because they don't own the film rights. And I think that's petty politics, just stupid. On behalf of Marvel, I just think that's just not how you handle that. It's being like a petulant child, not being able to play with certain action figures. I mean, get a life. But they're going to be in the game, and once again, it's going to be based on the on partially based on the MCU, just aesthetically, I suppose. And it looks like Nick Fury is obviously going to be based on Samuel L. Jackson. So it was kind of frustrating because this is supposed to be a sequel, and yet here we have a white Nick Fury in this game, more like he is in the comics. But then it did actually. Someone brought this up, and I actually remembered that they did use the Samuel L. Jackson version of Nick Fury in Marvel in X-Men Legends 2: Rise of Apocalypse. I forgot all about that. He talks to the X-Men over the radio, and it's definitely based on Samuel L. Jackson. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and that was before the MCU too. So I think that was even before it was even thought of, or there may have been some early grumblings from Paramount and all of them. But yeah, Disney was nowhere near the picture at that point.
Well done, smashing. Affirmative.
Mandarin's Court. Wow, I actually went through this. That's a pretty cool image. I don't think he relied upon terracotta warriors in the comics. I may be wrong, but
You may have defeated those incompetent louts throughout my palace, but now you will face the power of the Mandarin.
I was a little over the top.
You shall soon learn the foolishness of such bravado. My rings of power will annihilate you.
Yeah, we heard that before too. This boss fight isn't difficult, it's just later on there is something that you have to like time just right. So it's a little finicky, I suppose. I like that he's attacking me with different things since he has the 10 rings. That's what they do in the comics.
Not at all. I merely have a new experiment I'd like to test in a real-world situation.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Allow me to introduce my latest creations. I think they'll be quite attractive to you.
Yeah. We'll see about that.
It would appear my creations aren't enough of a challenge for you. A pity, really. But fear not. My prototypes of Ultima Mark III have more than enough firepower to make short work of you. Do enjoy them, for as long as you survive.
Ah, okay, I was looking this up. The Orb of Agamotto is not the same as the Eye. The Orb of Agamotto is that projection of the Earth in Doctor Strange. That's actually the orb. The Eye is the Time Stone, which is not comic book accurate, but I can respect what they were doing, so I'll give them that. Yeah, you have to time this just right. Get all your characters in the right area. Oh crap. Crap. The Hulk is such an idiot. If he wouldn't have... AI in this game is not... It's not too bright. Alright. Well, that was smart. Good job. Just blow up the one thing that you need to send up there to... Okay. Okay, this is getting annoying because I have these team members that are super aggressive and they are not letting them get close to me. Probably should have stuck with Black Panther, or better yet, this is getting annoying. Seriously, game? Are we gonna be playing these kind of little finicky games like this? So all of a sudden we're not. All of a sudden we're just gonna ignore the fact that that teleporter's on and nothing is going through there. Okay, that's fair.
Yes.
First off, where are they coming from? Okay, now come here. I swear, I will never use the Hulk ever again on this game. That is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, this is frustrating. If need be, I will adjust there. Finally, oh my gosh, that was outrageous. If need be, I will adjust their AI settings because that's just stupid. That was a small glimpse of me getting angry. Usually it gets worse, but I kept it reasonable, I think. Okay, see, that's, if we would have done this earlier, I wouldn't have had that problem. But it's one thing to have like certain mechanisms or whatever that, you know, a character or an enemy does, and how it interacts with the environment. It's one thing to establish that. It's another thing to just ignore that when it's supposed to happen. That's just sloppy game development. I would have been upset if you know, it was a higher difficulty and they kept killing me. I wouldn't be upset about that because it's a higher difficulty. Just small quirks like that that really just set me off. There we go.
I left Doom's band of miscreants weeks ago after I attempted to become their leader.
The plot thickens.
Doom took offense to that first. Most likely it was that pompous Loki. He has the ability to shape-shift. Obviously to keep you busy while they enacted the next step of their plot.
Team, once you're finished with Mandarin, return to base immediately. The Masters of Evil have kidnapped 2 X-Men. Nightcrawler, Jean Grey.
Yeah. That's not good. Oh no, that's cool.
Welcome back from
Yeah,
Mandarin's palace.
that's cool.
Looks like the Masters of Evil managed to pull a fast one on us and kidnap 2 X-Men, Jean Grey and Nightcrawler.
They didn't show that in the MCU, did they?
For the next part of the operation, we're moving our headquarters to another location. When you're ready to go, talk to Mr. Wingfoot.
I don't think there's anything else to do here, so far as I know.
You have the Ultimo schematics.
All right.
Good work.
Besides that.
Lab coats are going to spend weeks looking at these.
I don't think there's anything. Everything else is just like left over from the other missions that I did. So I'm gonna move on
What's new?
to the new headquarters. I love these cinematics.
Shield the castle now.
The next hub area doesn't actually last that long, which is surprising. And this is just completely amazing. Nightcrawler. He was cool to use in X-Men Legends too, because he had swords like that. You can even use them in this game too.
Get him to the lab immediately.
All of that, and he gets taken down by an electric door.
Greetings, my friends, and welcome to my home, the Sanctum Sanctorum. I realize an aging townhouse in Greenwich Village doesn't quite match the opulence of Stark Tower, but I think you'll find it comfortable.
Believe me, that this house is 10 times cooler than Stark Tower. Yeah, I said it.
The rest of our team has already moved in. I would suggest you talk to Colonel Fury first. He has information concerning our next mission.
Sounds like a plan. That is the Gem of Ashtur. You use it to communicate with the Ancient One, who is dead, and he's actually a man in the comics, not bald-headed. Tilda Swinton? Yeah, Tilda Swinton, yeah. I actually had a
Team,
mind blank there.
welcome to our new headquarters, the home of Dr. Stephen Strange. We moved because now that Loki's involved,
You only do
we're
2
gonna
missions
need
here as well, which is kind of
There's
frustrating.
no better place on Earth for magic than the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Indeed.
Professor Xavier has located one of his X-Men in Dr. Doom's castle. That means Latveria is your next stop. For more info, talk to Black Widow. You're free to explore your new HQ, but when you're ready to start the mission, use the Orb of Teleportation near Wong.
This was, as I mentioned before, this was like my first introduction to Doctor Strange and all that. So this was very cool to learn about. Yeah, you actually have trivia here in this game, which is kind of fun. Wonder Man. Yeah. You get to see how much I know about the Marvel Universe. Yelena Belova. Sanctum Sanctorum is the home of Doctor Strange. Professor Charles Xavier is the founder of the X-Men, of course. Luke Cage partner was Iron Fist. Reed Richards. Revert Ben Grimm. Yep. Because he's done the other three. Tony Stark created his first armor, yeah, to keep his heart beating. Invisible Woman's mother died in a car accident. The Ultimate Universe she didn't, but Roxanne Simpson. That was in that horrible, horrible Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider movie. Elektra's father was a diplomat. It would be interesting if he was a member of Hydra. That would be pretty cool. Killed because he didn't throw a boxing match. The Red Skull. Yeah, the Red Skull is actually the body. His body is a clone of Captain America, which is kind of interesting. Let's see what team. Since I know what happens, I want a team that's gonna kind of reflect what I'm going up against. So we'll go with the X-Men.
Wolverine.
I really, really, really want to use Magneto, but yeah, that's gonna make sense. We'll use Colossus and Storm. That's a good
Storm.
X-Men!
That's a good roster, I would say.
Here we go.
Ah, there he is, Nick Fury. He looks so weird. Looks like a G.I. Joe action figure.
Things were a little touch and go at Mandarin's palace, but the team did a good job. I'm sure you'll have no trouble in Latveria.
Well, we think, but
I invited him because he's the only one who can locate the missing X-Men quickly. Xavier is one of the most powerful telepaths on Earth. And there's that added incentive that he's the leader of the X-Men.
like I said, one of.
SHIELD analysts think it has something to do with the theft of the mutant amplifier from the Omega base. If the mutant amplifier were used on Nightcrawler, he could teleport anywhere in the world. Huh. And with Jean Grey, well, I hate to think what could happen. If her psychic powers were augmented and then she transformed into the Phoenix, she could tear the Earth apart without giving it a second thought.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be lovely.
It was originally created to battle Hydra, a terrorist organization run by Baron Wolfgang von Strucker. Yes, there was a time when SHIELD became so large it suffered from traitors within the organization. But with people like the Black Widow in key positions, we'll never have that problem again.
With shady people like the Black Widow in
No
key
problem.
positions. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wolverine, welcome to our new headquarters.
I don't know about you, but this place gives me the creeps.
Castle of Doom.
Located in Latveria's capital city, it looks like nothing more than a medieval castle, but it houses some of the most advanced technology on Earth. Doom prefers to use robots for security.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was actually a war in the comics between Doctor Doom and or Latveria and Wakanda. I don't know how it actually ended, if I'm not mistaken. Well, Latveria decimated Wakanda actually.
They were visiting Dr. Moira
But it
Taggart
didn't
on
end
your
with like an
island when
actual
an
full-scale
army led by
war. I
Ultron
think
attacked.
something happened and both of them had to back off.
Not seriously. Ultron's team did not waste time with unnecessary
I
battles.
forgot what it was.
They fought their
but
way into the lab area,
something
trapped
happened.
the X-Men in containment fields, and then teleported out. Originally,
Soviet agent once again shows how
but
dated
at the
this
news
game
of my
is.
husband's death,
Well, not necessarily
I
dated,
became
but
a
just
spy for
how
the
dated
KGB.
this sort of Marvel universe is.
I discovered the truth.
Retcons
that my
and stuff
husband
like
was
that
alive.
are all too
He
common.
had become an agent known as the Red Guardian, and his superiors wished him to sever all ties to his past. It was no trouble at all.
Right.
Let's see. Hank Pym.
Hi, Storm. This is quite a place Dr. Strange has here, isn't it?
It certainly is, Hank. I rather like it.
That's the Orb of Teleportation. It's for transporting people to different locations.
I would kind of guess it, since the name of the orb is the Orb of Teleportation.
Yes. I guess since he's the Sorcerer Supreme, he's the only one who could create such a powerful magical item. Don't worry about it.
Don't know if I'd say the only one.
Why not?
There's Colossus, and there's Wong.
Hello, I am Wong, Doctor Strange's assistant.
He's pretty stiff in the comics. He's not nowhere near as enjoyable as he is in the movies.
It is a mystical device recently created by Doctor Strange. It aids him in reaching the dark dimension, where his friend Cleo resides. Not at all. Once I have attuned it to the proper location, you may use it anytime you like. This is the Sanctum Sanctorum. It is built upon a focal point for supernatural energies, and is the home of my teacher, Doctor Strange. This is where Doctor Strange conducts various experiments into the mystical world. It also houses his vast collection of occult objects.
Yeah, I think one of the things about Doctor Strange is, you know, I wouldn't say he, the whole, Wong says he does various experiments. It makes him sound just like he's a dabbler and he's just here. Yeah, I think with a title like Doctor, it would be interesting to explore him as kind of like healing the mystical world and the physical world.
Yes.
That would be kind of interesting. Yes. That would be kind of interesting to sort of see. Also see him as kind of like a detective too. Mirror to the Ancient One, of the Ancient One, excuse me.
Who is it that disturbs my meditation?
Would have been cool to see someone in the mirror.
I see my student, Doctor Strange, has allied himself with an impressive group of individuals. Correct. And no doubt, there must be grave danger in the world for one such as you to have banded together. Tell Doctor Strange that his master shall keep a watchful eye on the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Baron Mordo killed him in the comics instead of some weird
I wonder if I could
no-name
impose
villain.
on you to locate the book entitled A History of the Arcane. Wong said it would be located somewhere in this house.
Ah, a robot wants to know more about magic. That sounds weird.
Latveria is a tiny country in Europe, located near Hungary. It's a haven for gypsies, one of the few people Dr. Doom takes an interest in. Surprisingly well. There's virtually no crime because the country is patrolled by an army of robots.
That
And
makes
thanks
sense.
to Doom's genius in weaponry, Latveria is considered by many to be a superpower. He's the son of Lofi, king
Lofi?
of the
Thought it was
Frost
Laufey.
Giants.
Oh,
Odin
and
took
also,
the infant
for those of you who play
Loki
God
as
of
his
War,
own
you should
son
know that
after
Laufey
defeating
is not
Loki
a
in
man.
battle.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, but as the two boys grew, so did Loki's hatred of Thor and his desire to rule Asgard. You're welcome.
What is this? I think some of these items are actually denoted. Oh yeah, Statue of Nightmare. It's rumored that he may be in the sequel to Doctor Strange. In the Scepter of Dormammu. We already seen Dormammu. He'll probably be back. And that looks like some talon or something. And
Ain't
that's a
making any
hand.
headway here.
Move.
Of course.
Oh my
Affirmative.
Lord.
Whatever.
Oh my lord. Okay. What is going on?
Will do.
Move.
All right.
Oh my word. The AI in this game is acting stupid today. There's wow. Professor X.
Of course.
The Masters of Evil recently abducted 2 of my X-Men, Jean Grey and Nightcrawler. Colonel Fury has placed a priority.
Yeah, they should have
on
got
saving
Patrick Stewart to come in here and voice him.
feels that by locating
Tom
the
Kane just
wayward
makes him
X-Men,
sound weird.
You will also uncover the headquarters of the Masters of Evil. Yes.
He's not
with the aid of
bad,
Cerebro,
but it's
I've
like
discovered Nightcrawler
no,
is in
Patrick Stewart
Latveria.
will always be Professor X.
Nightcrawler's location really comes as no surprise, although I must admit I'm puzzled as to why Jean isn't with him. But there's no time to hesitate. To get to Latveria, use Doctor Strange's orb of
That fire
teleportation.
looks like it's about to come out of the fireplace right there. Somebody needs to be checking on that. You got a rug and all kinds of books on the wall. That's not good.
This is an uplink Beast created, so that I can access all of Cerebro's functions, even though I'm miles away. It's a large device located in the sub-basement of the X-Mansion. I use it to locate mutants around the world.
That's the one thing in X-Men Legends.
No,
the sub-basement area, like the area where the X-Men are kind of based at beneath the X-Mansion, it's heavily inspired, if not ripped straight from the movies. It just goes to show their influence.
Jean Grey and Emma Frost are both quite skilled at working with Cerebro.
Nightcrawler.
His real name is Kurt Wagner, and he's perhaps the kindest soul I've ever met. Hailing from Germany, he is devoutly religious, despite his somewhat devilish appearance. Oh yes, he's been with the team for years. His mutant ability to teleport has saved the X-Men hundreds of times. Jean is quite a talented telepath, and very powerful at telekinetics, more so than she realizes. And that power carries a grave danger. If she expends too much energy, there is a chance her personality will be consumed by the Phoenix. The Phoenix is a malevolent entity, capable of great destruction. Of course, come back anytime.
And of course, if we're talking about the Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, X-Men Dark Phoenix, or they call it Dark Phoenix, but I think it's going to be X-Men Dark Phoenix. It's going to come out in June?
Greetings, humans.
Oh my word.
I am Clea, sorceress
she is also
supreme
rumored
of
to
the
be in the
Dark
second
Dimension and
Doctor Strange
friend
film.
to Doctor Strange. Yes, but be wary. This is where Doctor Strange stores arcane objects. Most are harmless, but some could prove quite dangerous.
Well, downstairs we just walked into like a trophy hall where there's the Scepter of Dormammu, and you're gonna warn us about that?
Hey,
get out of here.
That name you gave me, CB Sobolski, was perfect.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He said
Weasel,
all
yeah.
I need was a shield security module. Would you mind talking to the Vision? I bet he has one.
Yeah, more information is coming out about what's going on with Black Widow and that the laptop and the helicarrier. Doctor Strange. Let's see. Yeah, there's more information coming out about that. So that's gonna be interesting to follow through. Or at least I'm sure there will be. Well, let's talk to him.
Hey, what's up?
Do
you honestly think any of you can hide from a super hacker like me? There is nowhere on Earth you can go that I can't track you down. Actually, Deadpool told me. Well, I climbed up a drain pipe and crawled in through a window. Then, a plant tried to eat me, and some tentacles tried to drag me into another dimension. Just wait till you get my bill. Nothing new. Far as I know, it's a think tank run by S.H.I.E.L.D. But I'm looking to find out exactly what it is they're thinking about. Well, I bet she's working for the other team. But we'll know more once I hack into S.H.I.E.L.D.'s Black Ops network and get full info on the organization. You can thank me later. With cash.
Alright.
Affirmative.
Got it.
Okay. Wow. Maybe I picked the wrong day to play this game. You know what? I'm just not even gonna say anything about that. This is a remaster, everybody. This is a remaster. Just remember that.
Hello. How are you?
I don't know, one of my team members just fell through the floor. How are you? And I mean, he's probably still falling.
You mean because of the laptop we found on the helicarrier? No, it's impossible. Black Widow is a lot of things, but she's not a traitor. I know, because I fought beside her.
Oh, I know.
I've been romantically involved with her. And on a more
Oh,
practical
so
side,
no.
she doesn't act like she's lying. A person's heart rate changes when they lie, and Natasha's heart is steady as ever. She has to be telling the truth.
Has to be?
Yes. That's one of the side effects of having radioactive waste dumped on me as a kid. It blinded me, but it also heightened my other senses. I now have a radar-like ability to give me a mental picture of my surroundings. That was because a martial artist named Stick trained me how to use my new abilities. Oddly enough, Stick's also blind.
Well.
Anytime.
Let's see.
Of course.
I kind of like to use other people to speak with others.
Hi. How are you?
Why did it get stupid around you?
Oh. You must have seen how Jarvis reacted to me at Stark Tower. It's a pheromone thing. I'm still learning how to control it.
And ironically,
yes,
she isn't remotely related at all to Spider-Man. To me, that was shocking whenever I first played this game.
It gets a lot worse when I'm under stress, like during battle. None whatsoever. I'm not his sister. I'm not his cousin he gave blood to.
There's so many characters to use in this game.
Accidentally transferred to me. Well, he is cute in a geeky sort of way. But
okay,
with his sense of humor,
I sincerely hope he. Yeah, I mean, he sounds older, so he's definitely probably in his mid-20s, if not late 20s. So that's nowhere near as weird as if he was younger.
Mostly because I have enhanced strength and can stick to walls like the web slinger. But also I have the power to generate bioelectric venom blasts.
Well, let's see where that's come in handy.
No. He also hasn't had the training in hand-to-hand combat that I've had. You bet.
Oh, okay, that was weird. Subtitles didn't match up with what she said. That's interesting. Here's Clea.
Humans,
Miss Clea.
I would warn you, dark magic is stalking this house, waiting to pounce like a wolf in the night.
That's not creepy at all.
Doctor Strange's most powerful enemy, Baron Mordo. My name is Clea. I am the Sorceress Supreme of the Dark Dimension. Yes, we are.
That's going to be interesting to see if they explore that in the sequel to Doctor Strange. Because it seemed like all the dimensions and places he went through were just kind of devoid of life besides Dormammu. So it's going to be interesting to see other people.
To free it from the corrupt rule of my mother. All I
Oh,
can tell
dark
you
energy's
is
after you.
This house, the Sanctum Sanctorum, is the focal point of an immense evil energy. That is what most concerns me. It is happening now, even as we speak. Like a menacing vulture, it hovers, waiting to strike. A vile, dark sorcerer who has long been a rival of Stephen's. And though he has great inborn magical powers, Mordo is no match for the mystical might of Doctor Strange. Long ago, Mordo pretended to be a student of the Ancient One, all the time.
This is
plotting to
definitely
take
better
his
than
power.
the movie.
Stephen discovered Mordo's deception and attempted to warn the Ancient One.
I guess they didn't want to jump the gun and make Mordo the enemy yet, but I don't know. Oh wow, Cyclops is back from his fall into the void.
Greetings. I trust you have spoken with Clea about the dark magic she senses. I now sense it as well. It is difficult to tell. The magic waits like a creature on the hunt. It lurks in the dark, waiting for its moment to pounce. I'm sorry. All I know for certain
So
is that this
vague.
dark magic is the work of my arch nemesis, Baron Mordo.
Mordo.
Long ago, I had been a doctor of surgery and injured my hands in a car accident. While searching for a cure, I met the Ancient One. Yes, but at the time his student was Baron Mordo. I discovered Mordo intended to steal the Ancient One's power, and I helped to stop him. Since then, Mordo and I have been bitter enemies. He grew up in the Himalayan mountains some 500 years ago. There he was trained in the mystic arts, but was ultimately forced to battle his treacherous master. The young man then dedicated his life to fighting dark magic, and joined the Order of the Ancient Ones.
I'm not...
He outlived his compatriots.
I'm not a writer at all, but I mean, if I did write for Marvel, I would be very interested in tackling Doctor Strange. I wouldn't be... More so with Spider-Man or anyone else. I'd have some pretty cool ideas with Doctor Strange. You can do some outlandish stuff, too.
Hey, did you see that Professor Xavier's here? With him on the case, Jean Grey and Nightcrawler are as good as free. Hey, come on. This is Professor Charles Xavier we're talking about. The guy's never wrong.
I don't know about that. He is kind of dubious.
If they'd been
sometimes.
Kidnapped by almost any other villain, I'd be fine. But this is Dr. Doom. He doesn't play nice. No, but the guy's super smart, and with brains like his, he's got all the superpowers he needs.
That's a very interesting take on Dr. Doom.
What's not to be proud of? Look at the people I work with. Cyclops, Beast, Colossus, Emma Frost. They're all heavy hitters at the top of their game.
You really want me to play X-Men Legends, aren't you? Because you can play as all 4 of those characters in that game.
Oh, he is 1 in a billion. Dignified, intelligent, and tough as nails when he has to be. He's the only one who could lead a group like the X-Men.
But then again,
I'm sure she had a perfectly good
maybe,
reason to be lugging that
maybe I don't
laptop
need to
around
play
in
that
the middle
because
of
the
a
ending of
battle.
X-Men Legends
Even
2
if she was awfully
lets me
close
down.
to Doom's troops. Look, she can't be guilty, okay? And you know why? Because she's really hot, and I don't want her to be guilty.
That's my opinion on a lot of things.
Be cool.
Anytime there's a woman who's threatening to defect or something like that, that's a line I'm gonna use. The Vision and that module, whatever it is.
Ah, you found the book. Thank you. This should help improve my knowledge of the mystical realm. The one for accessing S.H.I.E.L.D. data? Yes, I still have it. I suppose there's no harm in that.
It sounded more like
You're
a
welcome.
question than a response. But what do I know? Here we go again. Stuck on that end table every time. Ah, there he is again. Dr. Strange. He's actually in that room downstairs meditating. That is an astral projection of him right there.
Well, what have we here? Oh, a brand new XJ9 Shield security module. Sweet! Now I can do some serious hacking. You can thank me later. With cash.
There we go. I'm gonna look and make sure I don't need any more. Any more missions? Nope. Nope. I do not. Off to Latveria to end the game. I'm gonna beat the game right here. If only it was that simple.
Baron Mordo, I trust all is in order. Our guests will be arriving soon, and I would hate to be ill-prepared.
You can rest assured. I have taken all the necessary steps.
Ha! An infant could have cast better spells. The heroes have detected
I like
your
that
magic
sort of
and suspect something is afoot.
dysfunctional nature of this team.
Meaning of the enchantments. I'd stake my life on it.
Be careful what you wager.
Loki, leave the good
Like how
Baron
Dr. Doom just lets
alone.
them go at it.
What does it matter if the heroes suspect? They will still be ensnared by the trap.
For his sake, they'd best be. I'm taking a grave risk being associated with the masters of evil.
Make no mistake,
Loki always
my friend.
dances on his heels.
We all stand to lose much if we fail. Which is why I'm certain Baron Mordo will achieve success. But I would warn you, Baron, my faith only goes so far. Failure will not be tolerated, and the penalty will be most unpleasant.
What of the mutant amplifier we stole from the Omega base? Does it work?
Yes. Even better than I dare hope.
Ultron looks so weird.
But time is now a factor in
I don't know where his eyes are or what.
The mutant amplifier is quite destructive. If we do not move swiftly, the X-Man we kidnapped will die.
You surprise me, Dr. Doom. Why do you care for the health of the mutant?
I don't. An early death would hinder our plans. But make no mistake, death for the X-Man is inevitable.
That's some foreshadowing.
Doom must know you're there. Watch yourselves. There could be a trap around any corner. And remember, your primary mission is to retrieve Nightcrawler and Jean Grey.
Here we go.
Once they're safe, find out whatever you can about the Masters of Evil's next move. On a side note, Senator Kelly was abducted in the middle of the night. The really odd thing is, a jack-in-the-box was left in his place. I have no idea, but keep your eyes open. See if you can find any information on the Senator's location.
Love the organ music here. Wait a minute. Dr. Doom's a redhead? This can't be. What shenanigans and tomfoolery is this? And the music. This isn't a castle.
Anybody
What
else
is
want
this?
some?
What? We got weird gonzo looking support beams. What is this? Well, that was insulting. I actually do like this music here.
Have a good rest.
Well. This game also, right here, the castle reminds me of Wolfenstein. The Old Blood, when you're fighting in the original Castle Wolfenstein. Oh, someone didn't make it. Ooh. Alright, don't die.
See you around, sucker.
I think there's a training simulator disc somewhere in this room.
Worse, Bob.
I think it's like somewhere over here. Where are you going? Oh, there it is. Mysterio. Had a bowl of Mysterios to eat this morning. Let's see. This would be a very awkward dinner. That's a long way to conversate.
Stay down.
Ooh. Oh no. We all know what this is. Death wall. Run! Like it's me and not someone else. Wow, Colossus, you should have been able to take that out. Cyclops, you better move! Oh my lord. Everyone get in here. Okay.
I gotta go in a different direction.
No, you don't. Secret area. Oh, flames.
Nice try, punk.
I wonder if he has the red hair on the statues. I don't think he does. I don't think there's anything in here. Oh. Was that striking upgrade? Yeah. Never hurts to have upgrades to your regular hits. There she is, the Phoenix.
I suppose Professor Xavier sent you to save me. Well, he shouldn't have bothered.
I am very different. For the first time in my life, I'm free. Free to use my powers without being restrained by Xavier and all the rest of you.
He told me you'd say something like that. And he also told me the truth. He said you fear me. Because I'm more powerful than any of you.
Liar! Everyone has tried to stop me from exploring just how powerful I am. Well, I think it's about time I found out. Don't you?
No. Wow. Didn't know you had to almost defeat her.
I'll deal with you later.
Up. Murder World.
Hello, heroes. This is your old buddy Arcade. I hope you're ready for a fun.
I got a feeling this dude is trying to do a very poor Mark Hamill Joker impression.
Killer events lined up. I know you've been running yourselves ragged trying to stop Dr. Doom. So I spoke to Baron Mordo. He was able to divert your teleportation spell to my little land of fun and assassination. See how tense you are? This little vacation is just
Yeah, I think it's a very poor Mark Hamill Joker impression.
Remember, no one ever leaves Murder World unhappy. Because no one ever leaves Murder World alive!
Well, I suppose that's one way to look at it. Iron Man. The Extremis armor is pretty cool. Ooh. Who's this? Luke Cage. AKA Power Man. Clowns.
Oh yeah, I'm best at what I do.
And a razor saw blade wielding Jack-in-the-Box with machine guns, apparently. Senator Kelly.
I know you. You're Storm, one of the X-Men. So it's finally come to this, eh? You mutants have stooped to kidnapping.
We did not kidnap you, Senator. An assassin named Arcade did.
Don't try to fool me. I know you staged this just so I'd be grateful to you.
Senator, why would I waste my time trying to change the opinion of a narrow-minded zealot like you?
Because I'm powerful, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to keep mutants in their place.
I'm well aware of what you're willing to do to control mutants. But, since you don't trust me, feel free to leave on your own. I would warn you, though. This place is called Murder World for a reason.
I'm not about to wander around here unprotected. I'd be dead inside of 10 minutes.
Then why don't you hide in a safe place while we try to find a way out? I'll send a SHIELD team to get you once the danger is over.
That sounds reasonable. But you better send that SHIELD team, or so help me, you'll live to regret it.
Once again, that plays a role later in the game, or in crafting the possible future of this Marvel Universe.
I win again!
Jean, it's me. It's Scott. Try to focus on my voice, sweetheart. Arcade is somehow controlling
the
you.
guy who's voicing Cyclops definitely
He showed
doesn't
you
do
the
good.
truth about you and all the other superheroes. You fear me because
His
I'm
voice
more
is all
powerful
gravelly,
than
and
any of
Cyclops
you.
doesn't really
I could
strike
turn
me
you
as
into
someone
a
who's
pile of ash
too
without even
mopey.
trying.
Jean, listen to me. I know what you've been through, but Arcade is using your emotions against
Wow,
you.
he ran through that sentence.
No matter what happens here, Jean.
Yeah, this dude isn't good.
I'm going to save you, even if it means sacrificing myself.
Yeah, this dude does not do a good job. Maybe there's a reason why he was DLC. Yeah, burn. Yay.
Arcade! Help me!
Jean. I had so hoped you'd kill them. Oh, well. You still have your uses. Temper. That's no way to enjoy your day at the park. Why don't you test your video game skills?
Oh wow, this is meta.
Your friend. But watch out. There's going to be a few pitfalls along the way.
Usually this thing is like playing a horn, but I guess that's creepy enough. I don't know. I never understand people's fear of clowns. They're not scary to me. I don't know why. I don't care. You can put a gun in their hand. You can put a knife, a baseball bat. I don't care. Cover them in blood. They're still not scary to me. They're just folks dressed up in like, you know, makeup. I think it's a very irrational, if not nonsensical fear. I apologize if anyone's offended by that, but there's nothing scary about that. Sorry. Or maybe I'm not sorry. I think this is an actual game, Pitfall. Yeah, that's... Please don't let another one come. Oh! See, the game could have been a real jerk and could have actually counted that as a death, but... Oh. I never went back this... Oh, that's why. Because I think there's gold bars down there, or something else down there. This fire, obviously. But I saw something gold. Oh. There's a reason why that's swinging. Yeah, see, there's a gold bar down there. But I don't know how to get down there. Unless you have to go back. I really don't feel like doing that. Maybe some other day. I don't know what it does anyway. Ah. Ow. That's such a very strange sound effect. Oh, I would get upset about that, but it's so funny. I'm enjoying that a little bit too much. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. I also see that they could have gotten very creative with this and just had like one of like the front one open its mouth and the middle one not. All right, game, come on, stop this crap. There we go. There we go. Simple. Okay, now this is excessive. Alright, there we go. Oh no. Alright, what is this? Oh, now, that's a big deal. There we go.
I just had the strangest dream. I was trying to kill you at a carnival.
It was no dream, Jean. I thought for a moment we had lost you. Arcade was controlling you, using you. I couldn't bear to think... Are you alright?
Yeah, the guy who voices Cyclops is terrible.
Other than a few bumps and bruises, I'm fine.
You're safe now, but we have got to stop Arcade.
I don't believe you.
I'm worried about Nightcrawler.
The last time I saw Kurt, Dr. Doom had him hooked up to some kind of power amplifier.
A device designed to increase mutant powers, stolen from the Omega base.
But,
I do remember Arcade was there with Doom.
This is terrible.
If you can find Arcade, I'm sure he can tell you where Nightcrawler is.
I'm not even a voice actor, and I know that's crap.
I'll find him, and I assure you he is going to talk. And then, he's going to pay for what he did to you. Stay here. After what you've been through, I can't have you going into harm's way again.
Dude, sounds like he fell out of a Batman video game. Okay, so I need to find the golden tickets to get into the chocolate factory. So, I don't think it matters which side I start on. Wolverine and his terracotta army.
Have a good of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Colossus. Let's see. Oh. My depth perception, that's terrible. I'm sitting here swinging at a dude who's like 5 yards away.
Stay down.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I had to look away from it. That way, if I was just swinging over in the corner somewhere, that was me being stupid. Ow. Alright there, Bob the Builder. Saw blade. Nothing around back. I do like to explore. Cotton candy. see. I think there is a hammer. Yep. Of course, that's gonna be easy for you, since you're a big giant metal dude. If I did it, probably wouldn't even go up like the first rung. As I mentioned, I really love this soundtrack here. I mean, it's not something I would listen to, like, you know, for fun or anything like that, but it's very atmospheric and I don't know, it works in the context of the game. I mean, especially when that creepy choir comes in.
Anybody else want some?
Oh no, not a health generator. Oh yeah, here's the little game over here I play, and I win a prize. I don't know if you can see the prize from here. I can. It's Blade. That's humiliating for a vampire to be in a
blazes did I get here?
little machine like that.
Where is here? What would a loser like Arcade want with me? Doom, huh? Any idea what he's up to?
Super.
Now this is starting to sound interesting. Tell you what, I'm joining the team. If you need me, just let me know. Cause there's nothing I'd rather do than take down Victor Von Doom.
Well, he's available now in the roster, even though he was beforehand. Okay.
See you around, sucker.
Maze o' Death. That sounds lovely. Oh, thought I could slip by him, but all right, Maze of Death time. This is gonna be fun because I mean it's the Maze of Death. I mean, pull my finger. I see what you did. All right, Storm. Be messing around and get thrown off into this. Ooh, oh, son of a gun. I just need to shut up. If anyone else falls off in there, you're just... I was wanting to throw someone in there, but it didn't work so well. Where'd he come from? Yeah. That went well.
Anyone else care to get in my way?
Let's see. Oh yeah. Here's the other simulator disc. It's Electra. Oops. Hopefully Colossus will be ready to be revived soon. I need to start using the powers more often. I'm just sitting here fighting with my bare hands. Where's a good wind power? There's hail. That's not what I was looking for. She has better powers and, well, not better powers, but she has a cool power in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 that I like, where she just uses a big gust of wind to blow sort of enemies back, which is kind of fun. Bumper cars. Because what murdering sort of circus isn't complete without bumper cars. Oh, you need the golden ticket. Yay. Now to go after Arcade. As I mentioned before, clowns don't scare me, but the noise they make in this game are kind of a little weird. Especially when you hit them. The noise one would usually make. That's kind of cool. It's Spider-Man on the Skrull planet, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of be interesting to see. Colossus, are you ready? I could... Nah, I don't want to do that. Nah. I could replace him with another... I'll do it. I might as well. Because, I mean, it never hurts to have another character on the team. I'm just going to replace him with Deadpool?
Deadpool.
That's not X-Men? Okay, alright, I'll remember that game. That's interesting. Don't know of any other X-Men besides Nightcrawler, but that would be weird and out of place. So, you know what?
Magneto.
We'll go with Magneto. Yeah, so when Magneto's on the team, it's X-Men, but when Deadpool's on the team, it's not. That makes sense.
If you insist.
That's the same voice actor from X-Men Legends 2. Richard Green, I think. I really, really want to unlock his... Yeah, that is weird. I mean, Deadpool... I mean, I would consider Deadpool to be a member of the team. That's super weird.
It's been a smashing success with everyone who's played it. May they rest in peace. Indeed, I do.
Yeah, that's strange. But I really want to unlock Magneto's ultimate costume. I love it.
I can see you're anxious to play, so get ready, get set.
X-Men Legends 2 was fantastic. Yes, I agree. I love that game so much. Hopefully, since Marvel's a little more lenient toward X-Men now, they'll remaster it. Fingers crossed. But I don't know. We'll see. The first X-Men Legends was okay. It was a little difficult for me though. But this one's good too. Ow. Now Colossus gets rested. See if Magneto still has a... I don't know. There's a move that Magneto had in X-Men Legends 2 where he would just shoot this beam of metal and it would coat somebody in it. It was kind of cool. Yeah, I don't like that Ultimate Alliance 3 is coming out on the Switch. I don't know if you know about that. It's exclusive to Switch. And I'm not a fan of it. I don't know. For some reason they're just making it come out on Switch. But there's some other Marvel games in the pipeline, so maybe they'll be a little bit better. But I don't know. If it's good, I'll hand it to them. But I don't know. I don't like the whole shift to sort of mobile games.
Get ready to be 700 pounds of
End of the line, losers.
Yeah, that's true. And I've talked about it a little bit. It's they're taking inspiration from the MCU more so a little bit too. And I'm like, why? I mean, MCU's fun, but I'd kind of like to see original stuff. Ow. See, this is why I love Colossus. He'd stand up a little bit.
I'm the best at what I do.
Ow. Yeah, I don't think the Fantastic Four is actually going to be in Ultimate Alliance 3. X-Men will be, but the Fantastic Four won't. That's just kind of weird. But, I mean, Marvel's been playing politics with Fantastic Four and X-Men for a very long time, and I think it's just very disrespectful. Since they don't have the movie rights, they think they want to treat them like dirt. That's not fair. Yeah, that would be cool to have them in DLC. Yeah, and some other characters as well. That's how you do it, I guess. Everything's got DLC options nowadays. But it's I do like the original stories more so. Ultimate Alliance 2 was okay. For some reason I like this one better though.
Can't say I care much for being in this big pinball machine, but I do like being paid to bust up you freaks. Oh, you're a real laugh riot, you know that? But we'll see who's laughing after I've shattered every bone in your body.
Good old C-list, D-list villains. Maybe Shocker's not a D-list villain, but he's not up there for me. I don't guess Magneto has that ability in this game. I used to love using it in X-Men Legends too. Coating someone in metal. I just love that. Obviously throwing them around the map too. That's always fun.
Move fast, cause it's time for multi-ball!
Oh no. Oh. No. Yeah, the fusion moves in the in Ultimate Alliance 2, they were really cool. It's just if I can sort of gripe about them for a moment, they were very repetitive. Like they really didn't do anything. Like if you had Thor would cause a tornado and someone would throw bombs in it or something like that. That's cool, but then Storm would do the same thing with a character and with another character. It's like, come on. I mean, get a little throw some more diverse kind of moves like that in there. But I can understand that they were cool. The fusion moves were. They seem to prioritize them a lot later on, sort of toward the end of the game. But it was fun. The story was a little generic, I suppose, with the whole fold nanite thing. I thought that was kind of silly, but besides that, it was still fun. But there's something about this one that I like. Maybe it's just the nostalgia factor.
Enjoy your defeat.
Yeah, I had to play as Colossus for a while because Dr. Doom just wipes the floor with him later on in the game. I love the plot in this game. That was so cool. Maybe we'll see it in the movie. Well, I don't know if we'll see it in the movie or not. Yeah, the Civil War plotline was cool. It was just like they abandoned it like halfway through or in the third act. It was like, come on. And there were so many ways you could spin that as well. You know, get creative with it. That's where the MCU kind of was very generic with it too, with Captain America. But oh well. Speaking of X-Men Legends 2, though, one of the reasons why I don't want to go back and replay that game is because it kind of makes me sad because they probably never will make a third one. And the second one ended with Mr. Sinister laughing on top of one of the pyramids. So it's like, crap. We'll never see that, like what that could have been. Same with this one too, Galactus at the end of this one. It was referenced, I think, in the second one, but it's like, really? That's not how you do this. This is very tedious. One time that ball actually hit somebody and killed him. A very humiliating way to go. And the voice acting too in all of these games, besides Cyclops in this game, is very good. Richard McGonagle voiced Apocalypse, and to me he is the voice of Apocalypse in X-Men Legends 2. And he actually voices Sully in Uncharted, and I think that's so funny. But he did a really good job. And Dr. Doom in this game is fantastic as well. Voice acting goes a long way in these games.
Yeah. See you around, sucker.
Uh-oh. They got me there for a minute. I was going for the wrong Cyclops. Should have known better than that. Oh yeah, this is the graveyard. This part is just silly. A big giant tombstone. Dead end. Stole that from oh, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Batman Arkham Asylum stole that from this game. There's a scene where someone writes dead end on a board or something, kills somebody. I don't know if I'll get around to streaming those games or not, but I kind of would like to. I'll definitely stream Spider-Man though. Love that game. Interested to see what they're going to do with it.
You sure you want to pick this up?
It's going to be a waste of power, but there we go. Was there even anything to... No, just a enhancement thing. There was.
To dance till you drop, because in a little bit, you're going to be as dead as disco.
Those mirrors on the wall, for some reason they got me thinking about Spider-Man 2.
You're a mess.
Yeah, it would be interesting for co-op. That would be really cool. It leaves open for a lot of potentials for gameplay. If not, they could always do spin-offs. But it'd also be interesting if they do like a whole cinematic game universe. Or not cinematic, but you know, a game universe like that with obviously the Avengers exist. So it would be fun to see like maybe it would be fun to see more of that Avengers and maybe X-Men and Fantastic Four and stuff. Nice try. In that universe. It's very, very kind of creative and kind of original. I love the whole Dr. Octopus storyline in that game. Very, very well written. Just very good to see. Definitely took a lot of inspiration from the Arkham games. Which, I mean, if you're going to be inspired by something, you can't go wrong there. Except maybe with Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight wasn't bad, but it was just kind of bleh. It was okay.
I hope you kids had a fun
Visually
day
it was
at the
great,
park.
but story-wise, that's where I had problems with it.
Mother and I had to scrimp and save so we could afford to send you here.
Yeah.
Well, I can see someone's getting cranky, but that's okay. I've got a little something here that should quiet you down permanently. All right.
Kind of like this boss battle. It was kind of fun.
But remember, this is gonna hurt you way more than it's gonna hurt me.
Uh-oh. Oh. I remember whenever this came out on PlayStation 3, they had the whole, the controller motions that you had to match, and I was terrible at this. Yeah. I just had to go back to the, I hated the whole, controller go left, controller go right, just, I had to downgrade it to the, to the button mashing, because I played this on PlayStation 2 originally, so that was what I was used to, and I just hated the dual, what do they call it, the 6-axis controller thing, yeah, whatever they called it. It was so frustrating, especially Galactus, that fight later on, that one messed me up. Almost didn't hit that.
Was that your best shot?
Galactus was fantastic. I mean, he was so much fun. Yeah, especially with the whole shifting the controller everywhere. That one got me. But it was I really wanted to see what they would have done with him in a sequel. But no, you just get a little reference in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 with Thor saying, "Oh, I stopped him, but I'll tell you about it some other day." It's like, really? Come on. Would have been cool to see maybe, wow, that was ridiculous. It would have been cool to see maybe I need to look at him. That might help. It would have been nice to see another supervillain team or seen something more in line with this. So maybe Ultimate Alliance 3 will deliver something. But yeah, the design for all these characters is so cool. Makes me hope that they actually do something like that in the MCU when they throw Galactus in there, if they do. Oh, well, you know what?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I thought I missed him. Mr. Sinister, yeah. Now that would be interesting. Or maybe just have Sinister as the main villain and Galactus comes in at the end and sort of becomes the big villain.
I don't know. Maybe he ran away and joined the circus. I don't know.
Yeah, Dr. Doom was definitely a good choice for the villain in this game, though.
Doom used the mutant amplifier on Nightcrawler to open portals to Mephisto's realm. And before you ask, I don't know why he wanted to go there.
Oh yeah, the Mephisto realm one. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna play that one next or not, but yeah, that one I couldn't play that at night. Let's just say. Something about walking and running around an area that looks a lot like, hell, and with pentagrams and stuff, and people screaming and in pain and agony in the background, and yeah, there's something about that. It just, yeah, as when I was younger, I couldn't really play that at night.
That was a nice job in Murder World. You turned a potential disaster into a successful mission. That dark magic Clea had sensed was Mordo's spell waiting to divert the orb of teleportation. But Wong's corrected the problem. It won't happen again. Yes, Xavier's discovered that Arcade was telling the truth. Doom used the mutant amplifier on Nightcrawler to open a portal.
He was kind of tough too, Mephisto. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna play that one yet. Actually, sadly, we'll probably be hopping off after this. But yeah, that one was kind of tough. Whenever he introduces, well, it was always Phoenix for me. Whenever he introduces her in the fight, that was a pain in the butt. Because you had to get those set swords, I think, and hit him or steal his sword. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go on any further today, sadly. Yeah, the choice was pretty cool. Definitely to choose between one or the other. I always obviously choose Nightcrawler. That's a better ending, I suppose, at the end. But yeah, I'm probably gonna hop off now, actually, sadly. It's been fun chatting. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I'll probably stream again tomorrow. So if you want to tune in for that, yeah. Yeah, if you want to tune in tomorrow and see what choice I make again, feel free. Yeah, it's been fun. I really enjoyed chatting, and enjoyed having someone on the stream. It's really fun. I guess I can keep going then. Yeah, go on to other things now that I have some people who want to tune in. It's really fun. But yeah, I guess I will. Yeah, thanks for coming. I really enjoyed it. I'll definitely probably tune in to your streams as well. See if you stream at all. It's really fun to see what other people do and follow other people. Yeah, I'm just cracking into this whole thing, so doesn't hurt to tune into other people and see what's up. So yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow. It'll be after 1 though, maybe around 2 or 3. Probably 3. Yeah, I'll probably stream around 3. I'll also probably upload this to YouTube as well, if that's an issue or not. But yeah, I'll upload it to YouTube as well in case you want to tune in or anything like that and can't make it or anything. But yeah, I'll definitely follow you as well. So it's been fun. Yeah. So guess see you next time, I suppose.